We are live. Okay, so we are doing Fresh and Scrappy Block of the Month, April. We're only going to be doing this guy for 2 weeks. It is just this random under the mushroom block. It is comprised of the corners are going to be half square triangles. In between those half square triangles, we have flying geese. And in the center of it, we have a diamond in a square. Super easy pattern. I have not looked at the measurements yet to see if we need to actually map this out. You guys did want the correct math for those half square triangle corners. Is that correct? I see Chris gave a thumbs up.
I didn't hear your question. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm going to look up the dimensions for the actual half square triangle that we would not have to cut down, as opposed to using.
Oh, she includes that too.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Oh, it literally.
We're not trimming it. It's 3 7/8. But if you are trimming it, it's 4 1/4.
I assume at any given moment that she's so incompetent that we have to do this math.
And then she's like, oh, by the way, you could do it this way or this way. I gave you both this time.
Whoa. Oh. I guess she has surprised us a couple of times because there was that flying geese incident from a
She mostly just disappoints us, let's be fair.
Yeah. It's a little bit of her, a little bit of us.
We had no idea how good we had it. And then we picked this one, and it looks cool, but this lady's trash at writing patterns. Like, we're all smarter than her, especially Alicia, especially Anne. A struggle.
Sometimes we're wrong about that, though.
So this pattern's not good?
I mean,
Her instructions are
her instructions are bad.
Gotcha, okay. We'll basically have to like wing it.
Sometimes.
We remapped it. Oh, there you go. But they fixed it.
We feed.
To quote the Corona, I fixed it. So you just like folded it and then sewed it. You can kind of see, then you just cut that squares. Yeah, you like fold it in half and then you just stitch across it. Pretty much make it look like a tie. Yeah. It is. It's all
Like, right now, I am trying to figure this math out for these center guys. We also have this issue where instead of labeling the elements, she labels them by their color name. Like instead of saying block like square A or whatever, she just says reds. It can be challenging for us to figure out what is what with it, especially like my colors are inverted at best and like completely wrong at worst.
Yeah, my other beef with it is that she doesn't give the final dimension for each flying, like the flying geese. Although I did figure out what those should be, but like I had to figure out what all the final dimensions before they're pieced together were.
Okay,
and I always trim mine down to size before I attach them to each other.
A question about the geese. Oh, you know what? I see what's happening here. She is doing a mix and match. I thought we were having the same drama as last month with those quarter pieces where clearly she was lying about how she made them.
Yeah.
Because the geese don't match. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here? The geese don't match. Did she do it again? But no, it's just because in the 2 blocks she used like one red and then swapped them. So they each had like 2 different reds for it. Also a drama that we've been having with this is that some of the directions she's clearly lying on.
That is not what you did in your sample picture.
That is not what happened last time, but it's what's happening this time.
Super quick side note while you're reading that. I was looking at a quilt book that a coworker bought for me, and there was a picture on it. And I was like, oh, it's an Ohio star. I was like, well, that's fun. And then I'm like, they use half square triangles instead of flying geese. That's like cheating. Why would you even do that? And then I'm like, why did like all of these, where did all of this quilt knowledge come from? What happened? I just started this a year ago.
So apparently I have found out with my Discord group that some people genuinely prefer to do like this entire block that we're doing tonight. They prefer to do this entire thing out of half square triangles and never touch geese, never touch diamonds and squares.
But I love flying geese.
Right, that's insane to me. Why would you make like that diamond and a square? Why would you make 4 elements when you can make one element that does all of it? But like there was something that popped up in my guild where I was like, why would you have assembled it that way? And the person who made it, not the person who made it, but like somebody else was like, oh yeah, some people just prefer to just always make half square triangles. I was like, those people are dumb. Those people are dumb and have terrible time management skills. Yeah. Okay. So honestly, everything is looking totally correct here so far.
Yeah, I did not find any issues with anything when I read through it because I cut everything on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm comparing all of the numbers to the charts and like the numbers for the diamond and a square match up because that's a 6-inch finished in the center. It's a 12-inch square total, so it's got to be 6 inches in the center, and those numbers work out right. If those numbers work out right, then we know that those 3 7/8 inch squares are also correct because if those are the exact same size in the half square triangles as they are the diamonds and squares. And the flying geese numbers for no waste 7 1/4 for 3 by 6 is absolutely 7 1/4. So yeah, all of our numbers are actually correct this week. Yay! So that means I could just like do the assembly on this. So I am back into my like real ugly fabrics this week. As you guys will recall, I have that really, really ugly stuff that Missouri Star. I guess Missouri Star is causing all of us issues.
Right?
Not me. I don't buy from them because I'm smart.
I did buy
Well, I won't ever again.
I mean, I've sometimes done really well with them. I've just learned, like, certainly I don't buy at full cost, and I have learned that if I do anything that is like, I don't know exactly what I'm getting and I'm leaving it up to them, that is wrong. And also, I know from my groups to absolutely not buy their Christmas, what's it called? Where you get a present a day for the month.
Oh, their advent calendar.
Advent calendar, yes.
Oh my god.
I have heard all kinds of nightmare stories about that thing. But yes, I have this super just like crazy ugly fabric that I am using. There we go. Do you see how this is? Why does this fabric exist?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Are you serious? You do see that it's like black, right? That those lines are black on like a salmon. It's black on salmon. That's disgusting. And then this is this like weirdo, like snake skinny. So there we go. It would go great for your. There. That's better.
It would look good as a dinosaur.
Yeah. Let me see having that ring light on. Yes, look at how ugly that is.
That one would look good as a dinosaur too. See, I could make a dinosaur quilt out of all of that. Just applique the whole thing.
Anyways, that's what I'm using because I'm just burning through this on this ridiculous project. Also, because of that inspection that I had, I have lost all of my supplies. And because the last thing I did was that one block wonder, I am going to go ahead and change my blade. because I was in Orlando today, I also got to have Wawa. And of course, like I ate way too much Wawa because I don't get to have it anymore. I got spoiled while I was in Melbourne. So I'm like high on tea, but also like fat on sub right now. Chris, how is your One Block Wonder going?
It's going well. I have approximately set stuff down to iron.
What's the big side?
I've only got 2 more strips worth of triangles to cut out. And then all the triangles will be cut. And then I have sewed together all of these. So I have a stack of sewn together blocks. And they just need to be ironed to seams pressed. I need to cut off the dog ears. I have sewn 1/9 of the necessary.
1/9.
1/9. I know that because I did the math on how many triangles I have to cut.
I would have done that too.
Because you did, I ended up also doing it, and now I don't remember what it was, but it was like, it ended up being like 6 times 8 times 8, whatever that is.
Mine
No,
was
6 times 8 times 6.
so that's less than me.
I wasn't like comparing dick size here. I'm just saying that's what my number was.
I know. I'm just commenting. My math was 6 times 9 times 8,
Yeah, you had more than me.
which is 432.
Mm-hmm.
520. Oh, it's too
Yeah, I was gonna end up with 288 if I don't do any more. I thought I was gonna have to do double what I've got so far, but I don't know that I'm gonna need double. I haven't decided what I'm making with them yet.
And where did your number come from? What was your math?
That's for actual triangles. Like you're talking actual like individual triangles.
Yes.
I had 2 or each panel. Like I had the one set of 6, like you're the one set of 6 pieces. It ended up 3 strips, and I got 8 triangles out of each strip. So
So yours ended up being the exact same math as me. 6 times 8 times 6.
yes.
Yep.
But I ended up just doing 24 times 6 times 2 because I got 24 triangles times the 6 layers, and then there's 2 of them that I have.
I just 6 times 8 times 6 is not 288. The 6 times 6 is 30.
Yeah.
Times 8
That's
is like 5,
Hmm.
42 or something. I don't know.
Other researchers here in Poland are chasing even more explosive secrets, including one that could rewrite history books.
I'm not nearly coherent enough to math it out, apparently.
Well, 6 times 10 would be 360. Minus what's 36 times 2 is 76. So
72.
72, thank you. So 360 minus 72 would be 288. Is that correct?
288. That's what, and that is what I got. Yeah, it should be.
That's not 6 times 6 times 8.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
What's 8 times
6
30?
times 6 times 8 is
240.
288.
Huh.
So, yes, different calculation, but same math, and it did actually get us both there.
Woo!
I was like,
Math is great. Also,
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to put my rotary blades into something that I can throw them out in. So I now have I literally have a stack of 3 of them in my kitchen now. That just like live on the counter waiting for any dumb thing. I could literally just like make a box of mac and cheese and have a box to put them in, but here we are.
True confessions. I am notorious for not changing my rotary blade. Have not changed it in quite some time.
God damn, Ann. Have you already? You haven't cut all of your triangles yet, have you? You've only cut the
Half
strip.
of them.
Oh my God! You need to change that goddamn rotary blade.
Yeah. Well, it did just fine cutting those stacks of 6, but when I switched to cut the blocks for this, I totally took the tip of my index finger off with the
I
rotary.
was about to say, it seems like you're totally fine, and then either disaster happens, or you
Everything's fine. This
the
is
rotary
fine.
blade, and you change it, and you're like, oh my God, I
Yeah,
was literally cutting this with a steak knife.
I'm holding the ruler and I roll, and I'm like,
You did it right
"It's
now.
part of my finger."
And you're defeating our whole argument from earlier, where he like asked how often someone has like, cut themselves or something with this. I'm like, oh, I've never done it. Ashley's never done it. Like, I've never seen Alicia do it. And then here you are talking about, I just cut off the tip of my finger.
There was no blood. It was just a tiny bit of callus off the tip. Fingernail. I did actually trim a little bit of fingernail too, which is probably why there was no blood.
I have caught nail in a rotary blade before, just because I do have like slightly longer nails, so they are a bit easier to catch in a rotary blade. It's rare though, and I've actually driven the needle on the machine through like that piece of thumb right there.
Me too.
That is a real danger.
I did the same thing, and then when I yanked it, it like nailed it in a different spot. It wasn't fast enough.
So the disturbing part of it for me wasn't the needle going through the skin so much as the thread coming back out.
Yes, that's the worst when you can like wiggle the thread through it. Mm-hmm.
Mine was more the yank.
That was a pretty horrific moment.
Like, oh look, I could give myself stitches with it. It's fine.
I feel like that confirmed the fact that I would never be able to be that person who gives themselves stitches. I write those characters. I am not that character.
Now you know how to write it, though.
Yeah. Mafia guy giving himself stitches. I will write that all day. Well, like with me.
Doing it myself? No.
And like, if you need stitches, what I will do for you is I will drive you to the hospital myself.
I will call you an ambulance if necessary.
Yeah. But not because it wasn't pre-approved, and so insurance isn't covering it.
Oh boy. I got that one. Oh, she was talking about, but no, because you're not pre-approved. And
Oh God.
That was one of Ken's big dramas with his shellfish allergy. There was a time where somebody didn't warn him that their fried rice was shrimp fried rice. And he ate a piece and had to go to the hospital because he didn't have his EpiPen on him. And they charged him because it was not pre-approved. They did not pre-approve his anaphylactic shocks.
Oh my gosh.
please tell me he fought that one.
I mean, he probably did, but he didn't get anywhere with that.
Yeah.
Did he have to pay that $900?
Let's think about it. If he tried to get pre-approved, he'd be dead, and then it would cost less
Yeah.
over a lifetime because there ain't no lifetime left.
Yeah. Okay, so because I am using different colors here, I'm going to go ahead and hand draw this for myself just so I know that I am getting all of the blocks right.
I got it.
I was like, let me start doing the cutting, and then I was like, you know what? Let me be smarter than this. Because we're talking about all the dumb things we've done. Let's not do this dumb thing.
I will say, because I was cutting things on Sunday, you need 12 pieces of this, 12 pieces of something isn't so daunting until you're like, oh, cut it for everybody. And that jumps to 36 pieces.
Hey,
I feel like,
you do that to yourself, though.
and I enjoyed every second of it. I actually enjoy cutting. So it was fine.
I don't.
Well, it was an
As
even.
we've discussed,
It was. Laura watched Lily, so it was an absolutely even trade. And I don't even know that we would call that even.
And I did nothing.
as we've discussed, that dating service, that
Yes,
grinder,
yes,
except that
anyway.
it's, instead of tops, bottoms, and switches, it is cutters, piecers, and quilters.
Mhm.
I will piece all day for you, baby.
All day long.
Yeah, sweet, sweet piece in action.
I'm going to switch down to that one where there's more room and more light.
Oh, Lily is gone now. I can go over there.
I'll bring the extension cord with us. Lily's not here, so we can unplug this guy.
Ashley, did you see my message from earlier that I did get my library card today, and then it turned out they did not have any of those books.
Okay, now you can talk.
Oh, but Alicia, we can do D&D through the app if you just want to kind of get a feel for how it works without having to buy a book.
Also, Michael has all the books and he can send you the pages.
Oh, yes. I literally, I just need to know everything about genies.
So,
That's it.
okay. So Alicia, genies in D&D, and correct me if you know more, have a really kind of complicated lore in the system that doesn't really work like normal.
I don't care.
Okay. Genies exist outside of the material planes. They don't exist where people who are alive exist. And when the genie energy makes its way into the material plane and interacts with a material being, someone who is alive, that person can become a conduit or vector of genie energy called a genasi. And there are 4 different types of genasi. I bet you can guess what they are: earth, air, fire, water.
Yeah, like that band.
So you can be a genasi of a certain elemental type if you want, and those come with different pros and cons. If you Google genasi 5, you can find out what you need to know for free. I'll send you a link.
Okay, perfect. I really wanted, my issue is that I've realized that I really need this to actually be on paper.
Yeah. We can write it down.
Do you have a preference on whether you want
It can be on paper.
So take which one you want.
That makes no difference to
You
me
cut
either.
them all
I don't care.
I'm going to send it to the Discord.
Okay, perfect.
Side note, can we just appreciate all of the matching brothers right here?
Oh, there's a bunch of brother machines in a row.
Yeah,
It is the same model.
Nice.
very identical.
Oh,
It's nice because it's an easy to remember everything. You don't have to convert it all.
Yeah.
Okay, so my flying geese, the big guy is a red 7 1/4. And the little guys.
Which one do you want? Or you want this?
8,
I really don't care.
3 and 7, 8. Oh yeah, so my numbers were not gonna match this. Wait, no. Where does And in the background color, where do the other 4? Oh no, I see where the other 4 squares are. Okay, I get it.
Because I did pick up.
Thank you. Stop. It's gonna be a cloudy day.
Is anybody else? I know, Anne, your crew is all doing it, matching the picture of Chris's crew. Are any of you going to be doing this so that it is just 2 colors like I'm doing?
I haven't picked my colors for this.
Oh, I'm doing like 3 different boutique colors with my sky color and then some kind of red and some kind of pink.
Yep, that's a quarter.
I will probably do this in like the background color and then 2 colors.
Okay. Then what I'm doing here, nobody else needs to worry about.
We need is that one.
What do you do?
So I'm only doing 2 colors where it's going to be. Do you see how I have them? It's
What is this thing here?
this guy right here.
Uh-huh.
Hit it up to
So that's what I'm doing. That's the same block. It's just how it's in 2 colors.
I'm like the
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a
so
slightly different look to it. Oh, you know what? That's not how I drew it on here, though. So now I don't know which way I'm going to do it.
double needle.
Cool.
Decisions.
I don't know how to design. My machine.
Let me start. It'd be about pattern one. Just press.
I'm going to keep it how I have it drawn in my book right now.
Oh, there it goes. I'm so helpless. Okay, I still have it on my quarter foot.
Oh, you know what we can do here that is not. She didn't do the 4-pack HSTs, did she? She just did single HSTs here.
This is right.
Apparently, my answer today is no.
I forgot. How do you go back to this?
just the little
The
black
button on
one
the
right
back.
there.
Okay, there we go.
These finished HSTs are 3 inches, right? 3-inch finished. Am I mapping that right?
Yeah, I believe so. You say
Okay.
so. Yes.
So if you guys want to do the 4-pack HSTs instead of the single HSTs for this, it's going to be 2 squares, 1 of each color, set at 5.5 inches. And I will do the 4-pack on camera, so you guys can get a refresher in that.
Oh my gosh, did I seriously do it?
And then my finished square in a square is 6 inches by 6 inches.
So these are the ones that go in the center.
The mighty machete. This really is one of the most practical tools in the world. It will help you forge a path through any jungle. Oh, one pro tip. Just
Is the top remote under here that turns the bottom ones on? This one?
No, the one on the other side. And I can get that other light.
only take hours. Thankfully, Santiago has brought along Betta, who he calls a machete ninja.
Okay. I have all the math I need.
The chase into business career is going to give you like Sam who made
Everyday products designed smart. Like a smart.
oh genius. When you're in business,
And of course, everything ended up being different sizes once I did this, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, that fresh rotary blade feels so nice.
True confessions, I left all of that stuff at home, so I just used Laura's, and she's clearly got a fresher blade than me. Dang, that's nice.
Oh my God.
I mean, with what you put your blade through, everybody has a fresher blade than you.
Probably accurate. Like, it still cuts, it's fine.
Once you get used to this rolling cutter thing, you're like, I'm never going back to like this.
I won't be able to
Right, so we're just going down.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good, so good. The water's sloshing.
Right? Oh, this is the contact. This is the contact, yeah?
Yeah.
There's an actual one with mics. Yeah, that last one has mics.
This place is fancy.
I like the pink. My place. That's fine. So anyone can pick their own design, like you know, like fabric.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll be like in a color, and I will suggest colors what you want.
Oh, my leftover is not wide enough for anything. That's always like the most disappointing moment.
Some of the most recent pictures are my versions of last year's quilt. And I did one in white and pastel, and I did one in like royal blue with a bunch of fabric from my mom. She died at a period, and it's all like all kinds of colors. So I just do
Yeah, like last year's quilt, I mostly did in last year's colors, but like I did them in batiks instead of like the solids.
batiks are all this cool tie-dye type fabric.
What she's using. Those are all batiks.
And I like last year, I was like, oh, batiks are cool. There's not for me. I didn't like them. And then we did this quilt, and I was like, wow, I hate all these. I love everything small.
Yeah, she spent a whole giant batch of batiks, and I'm like,
Like,
I love them. And then next year she's doing a whole bunch of batik. I am doing
I showed you my coloring.
nothing but floral prints.
I did 3 coloring pages before I did the batik one, where I was like, what's a kind of cloudy day in forest instead of bright colors? And I was like, next year we're gonna come in with one.
And I'm doing my best to use up all of my ugliest fabric, including the Transformers fabric.
Transformers fabric more than this. Yeah, Alicia's quilt looks so cool. Alicia, show him the quilt wall.
I can't. Well, oh yeah, I can show you the wall. It just doesn't have the quilt on it right now because I had to take it for the other one. But that is,
Oh, that's so fascinating. I love it.
yeah, that's
I
my
love the
quilt.
colors.
Yeah.
It's like glow.
Yeah.
So that like the top part, that is the top part of this quilt. I just had to take down the rest of it so I could lay out that one block wonder.
That looks so cool.
Thanks. I'm excited about that guy. I've had that thing in the works. Like I had the fabric bought and then I never did it for like 3 years. Is that what we figured out? 4 years, whatever it was. And then finally here we are. Everybody wanted to learn how to do one block wonder. And I was like, oh, cool. I already have fabric for that.
Okay, now 2 things. One, Chris, remind me your friend's name because I don't think I caught it when introductions were happening. It was chaos here.
Kyle.
Kyle. Hi,
Yes.
Kyle. Have you
Hi.
seen forever?
No, but I'm very interested.
Excellent.
I'm trying to like pick up everything you're doing. So
Like all my bad habits, like not
Yeah.
changing your rotary blade ever.
basically,
do you currently have a machine?
Yes, yours.
Okay, perfect. That was exactly where I was going with this. If you need a machine, there is a machine floating around.
I downloaded the app and everything. So I'm ready.
I'll add you into the Discord. I don't know what your name is, but you're
What can't you find? The pages.
Oh, yeah. Actually, block.
because like
This coming Sunday side project where we're doing the
Okay, so I
fabric paper piecing. That might be a valuable thing for Kyle to jump in on. Because it's been brand new to all of us. But the stitching itself is really easy.
if I was a kid, like last year, actually would not have squared this. I just would have been like, yeah, we sew some pieces of fabric.
I can convert my whole dining room into like a sewing studio.
So that's where my sewing studio used to be. Now, I clean the dining room.
I don't use my dining room. So.
I got so much more time in the time about it and refresh the light up there, so all my time is a little
Two is it'll show you that, like it'll show you all of them right there. And 2 is
I tell you what, this is going to end up using almost all of this ugly red fabric, and I'm okay with that.
I think a lot of modern sewing, like fashion stuff, clothing, you will wonder,
Take a
like, you know, like stitching, for stitching kind of like,
small ones.
it's really just that.
You could draw a line on it with the, probably should have. But I was lazy and I didn't.
Hundreds of stitches.
Oh, no, not that way, like you're going,
oh, this way.
so I would recommend at least finding your center point so that you know you're.
I'm about to be doing some.
Even if you don't draw it, because it is the front of the fabric and it might.
It's Project Pants Edition.
But
Pants are
don't be like.
place of yeah. So I'm down.
Put your leggies inside some tubes.
This is a fortress.
This is math is really useful because it has the square in here. So I want to make sure my block does like 8.5. And so I know I'm at 8. And I'm like matching it across the box. And I'm like, yeah, good. It's not straight, but 8.5. So then it's like smaller and it just has no teeth. But it's already good. The 24 right here. I think I get stuff. I just want to struggle with it.
You're out in the bitter cold.
24 by teeth.
If you have the money and the space for one mystery, because they don't, so I just have money. And it takes time, but this is.
The machine is just for show.
We have a little bit.
We got lots of machines.
So you're gonna put it on. Put one on one side. And the
And
other
so I
on-
marked my center.
Yep, so just make sure your point is going through that center or
Going
matching it.
through.
Or not, yeah, I mean, it'll be
Because it's gonna
below
be-
it, but just make sure the point.
It'll be over the point.
Yeah, it will be. Just make sure the point is centered.
Okay.
That's really all that is to make sure your point is centered. And then use your finger and chin. It'll, and there's,
That's
yeah,
right. That's all that is.
that's okay.
Today's only residents are empty avenues. Basements without houses, even a church without walls. There was once a foreign castle. Today,
My God, why are all of my numbers different?
excavating in the ruins.
Each of these have like 3 sets that I need to cut, and all 3 sets are different measurements, and that's so frustrating.
Also on site is politics. The MRU
It's 3 7/8, so it's a really funky number. It'll be like just under 2 to be centered.
So,
What's cool is people have been building for like, you know, in a sense that's pretty cool and probable that they can remember. So like,
Figure out how to do this.
just like,
You
people
want
have been figuring it out.
Really?
So like, they've always something just like written something.
Down with the needle.
So it's like, things that, like, just kind of route what things like so you're like, I think that this scrappy aesthetic, whether something cool and geometric is help, someone is better than like the 18 goals. Or whatever. There's like, oh, knee quilts. There's goth. Okay, we got it. It exists. It's there. I've seen it. It's neat. It's
to the crap when I open it. I'm gonna leave it as a surprise. I'm gonna give you.
Oh, it's true.
They do. They all exist.
And then there's like cool patterns for it too. You're like, oh, remember a cool ass fabric and it's haunted at quilt. It's a what? What? Oh. Oh, yeah. For sure.
piece of safety equipment that travels with me wherever I go is this, a good helmet.
The on the phone sound of Alicia so it sounds kind of terrifying.
Especially when it's going fast, so the camera starts bouncing because the camera is to the table. We custom made this table so that my sewing machine is actually like in the table, which unfortunately means that the table bounces when the sewing machine's going real fast.
My table bounces too when I'm sewing. But my one at home definitely bounces when I'm sewing.
Yeah, just trying to figure this out on my own, just so I remember. I did it and then I pulled it right back out.
The auto threader is my favorite.
Yeah.
It takes a moment to get the knack of it, but I love it.
It's just not.
I feel like when Ashley and I were doing that class, I believe our machines had auto threaders on them, and I could never figure it out, and I just like manually threaded it every time.
Well, my eyesight's going, so that's why I was sitting here. They gave me this machine for Mother's Day. My kids all pitched.
Mhm.
My other one was giving me such grief. But I haven't looked at it since they gave it to me, so I can figure it out as we go along here. All right, I did it.
Oh yeah, I definitely couldn't because it's been ages with the machine I have now. I don't know. I might have the same auto threader that you do. Does it actually Like, is it a button that you hit, or is it like a lever that you push down that you catch the thread on and then it pulls it through?
Yeah.
Push down and
I'll
catch
show you.
the thread.
So the machines we had, which I'm sure that Chris has the same thing, it's literally like a button or something that you hit and it just like
Thread.
you hit the button and the button threads the machine. And that I couldn't figure out. So I had to thread it with my eyeballs. And yeah, my eyeballs were not happy with that. And I've got like generally good eyeballs, but like my eyeballs were not having that.
All right, I just need to ask then, once I got it threaded,
Mhm.
put my presser foot back up. Do I need to draw, the thread's already up from the bobbin?
It's already up.
Yeah, it came that way.
I would rethread it just to be
This?
safe. Yeah. I would rethread it just to be sure. It came with thread in it. Huh.
Well,
Lucky
you
you.
should be using matching thread anyways because mismatched
It's all
thread
white.
is what causes hiccups.
This
Yeah.
way? Okay,
So,
hang on, it's fine.
oh,
So it's gotta
you
go
want to go
here.
that way and up and around.
So we're pressing towards
I
this.
feel like Anne's like sisters-in-law or somebody sometimes also does it too.
And drop.
And is there a button to do that, or is it?
No, you just roll the thing down.
Okay,
and bring
that's
it
what I
up,
was-
Or you can do needle.
That
down,
was
needle
gonna be
up.
my original question. But, sorry, you guys.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, that didn't work.
I'm cheating because I worked the head, but
Very nice. You've all had to learn how to use new machines before. You are okay.
This is like, I have been through so many machines in the last couple of years, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, but they were all old machines.
They were like machines people gave me, because my
Yeah.
original one broke. I took it in to get it fixed.
then you do the other two.
I don't know. Wait, anyways. When we were doing the applique, my language got colorful and it usually doesn't. So I ended up on Ann's mom's machine.
That's
I
too
can't
small.
get this thread to come up.
You might have
Why
just
is it
taken
not?
one from my.
Did I
over
just-
here. I think you took just one of my stacks.
Did I use two bigger ones?
No. You're good. But you think you took, I do think you took one of the ones that I had.
It's not giving me any tail.
Potentially.
Chris, how many machines have you used this year?
This one, either one. They should be the same size. Just the one.
I've used,
Yeah. And you've got.
this one, yours,
Maybe like that.
and, I guess I mess around with that Singer a little bit. That was my grandmother's.
Yeah. So you're at 3 this year. I've used
Yeah.
2 this year.
Beautiful face, please.
Ashley used 2 this year.
Two
At
what?
least 2 machines this year. At
Yeah.
least.
I helped troubleshoot Ashley's machine one day. I'm not really using it.
Right.
It was all kinds
Well, good to turn out to be a backwards needle, right? That was what it ended up being.
of special edition of this super ultimate.
Did I have to? Just like that way?
Yeah.
Why does it keep cutting it? Because then it comes out short. I got this much stuff.
Oh, well, don't pull it all the way. It's honestly, it's fine, even if it does come up short.
It's only.
Yeah, it'll work fine. But I usually don't pull it all the way hard enough for it to cut. I just leave it low. I never cut it because I don't like it. Sorry about that.
Okay. Learning curve.
Definitely.
Okay, and then
Honestly, Sandy, before you
I
ripping,
mean, it's nice that he was here. It was nice to all be together.
just turn it down to the right size.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just gonna.
And then we could just cut a whole new white one and then.
No,
it's not
I'll
a big
just
deal.
put it up because I've already got ones that I messed up that I'm gonna have to cut. New ones, so I'm gonna.
So he uses his own chain.
I could have sworn I took the smaller ones, but I guess I took the bigger ones.
Is this a powered lights or is this like an emergency?
But yeah, this is where you enter the full-on world of, you have scissors for fabric, and then you have other scissors for everything else. And then people try to use your fabric, so you let go.
Those are the big ones, and we took 4 of the small ones, and I used 4 different ones because it's
So I have, I live with my brother, his girlfriend, and our roommate, Abraham. Yeah.
I love it.
He's like, he's this tall.
just 4.
He can play ball, but in high school, his hair is like naturally wavy. And he's a wavy speed. So he looked like a slightly rejected man from a business. And he's like kind of short, but he's muscle. He works out like every single day. He's like constantly working out. He's always 100% correct all the time. But he's been working in restaurant industry forever. So he just comes home, he like does the laundry, and he just does the dishes. Then he like cooks something. And he like leaves, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to this man about cleaning up after himself or doing the dishes. I'm like, hey, this is such a solid individual. Oh my god.
Okay, so I have all of my fabric.
Employee. She was raised alone, so she has all kinds of weird things. Yeah, but she just like she like makes little baby stuff.
So go right ahead.
Everything's doing okay over there.
Is somebody dying?
Go ahead and use your own blade.
Yes, you may absolutely
You
use your own
may.
blade.
Yes, you
I
may.
said to Ann, do you mind if I use your blade? And she goes, yes, it's yours.
Laura didn't say anything, and I'm like, go right ahead, Laura. Go ahead. You can use it.
Yes, you can use your blade.
How generous of you.
Oh, you were in the back. I was commenting that I was using your blade and that it was clearly much newer than mine.
Yeah,
That's okay. I was trying to cut without lifting the guard.
Cut all those ugly triangles. I don't use the leaves sticking fabric to make one black wonder.
You offering to ship Kyle your fish fabric so he can make one? That's how strongly she feels about it.
I missed what you said.
At least
Oh,
it was
Laura was not happy with the fish fabric she bought for her kaleidoscope One Black Wonder. She's like, well, mail it to Kyle and he can have a project to
I
start.
can have it first. We should send Kyle surprise mail. Welcome our new member. Yes.
Fish
I
fabric.
love
Oh
sending-
yeah, they'll send you a whole stash of fabric because they've got
They sent me
they've got
some
too much
crap.
fabric.
I'm so
over there.
excited, please.
You gonna have to hit your
I was fabric diving earlier this evening
Sure.
for my big fancy wedding quilt. And I have to say, it was mostly Tiff's fabric that I was going through that I inherited. And dear God, she had over 100 masks cut and in various phases of.
I mean, that was a moment in all of our lives, I feel
That is
like.
what started this whole adventure, to be honest. And I started with her, like we were sewing together and making face masks.
Oh my, actually, you took the profile picture for me.
I did.
But I've decided that I'm gonna
It's really
cut.
bad picture.
No, you look cute.
I decided I'm gonna cut a bunch of squares out of those masks and make a blanket out of those.
Thank you.
I mean, there were some smolders, and I was like, Kyle needs to protect his smolders. The smolders are for another audience. You were making like a steaming face. It's like a steaming face, not for
Okay.
All right, so I am going to start on my half square triangle. Just because I'm doing the 4-pack system. So because I'm doing the 4-pack, I've got the 5.5 inch squares instead of the, what was it, 3 7/8 was what it was saying for the directions. I'm using just a 5.5 inch square, and I'm just stitching around the entire perimeter of it like I'm making a pillow, but accidentally forgetting how to make a pillow and closing it off.
Like,
It's the color.
I was like, how do I get brown purple, purple orange? I was looking for like.
I try.
I put that in on the table.
There's no quarter. I just didn't want to lose them.
I can plug mine in over here.
No, I got it. It's fine. No, do not crawl underneath there. I will get it.
Oh my God. They take care of the old lady here. Sorry.
So that is what I just did. You see, it's just fully stitched on all sides, totally sealed. I'm going to do this one more time because I have to do 8 of these total. There is an 8-pack method. It's too much for me. So I don't do the 8-pack, but if you Google, there is an 8-pack method for
4 packs of HSTs rather than 2 packs.
half square triangles. And then of course there's the 2-pack where you just like draw that line in the center. Kind of like how you did the flying geese 4 packs. So there's the 2 counts. I would imagine in these, I think in these directions, was she having you do 2 packs in instructions? Oh no, yes. So in the directions here that she gave you, it is for the 2 packs. I am doing the 4 packs instead.
Oh, have I changed it?
I turn it off and it resets every time you turn it off, just so you know.
What did I do? Oh, should I do it to the heat and bond first before I start cutting fabric?
Yeah. People that.
Oh, okay. I was thinking for the step. Yeah.
You want the point in the center,
Exception.
and then the raw edges together.
Yeah, I'm just trying to line up my presser foot and see where that 1/4 inch is, but I see it.
Goes right on the fish.
Is it hot in here?
So it's just like the bulky paper. Or did you like
It's just paper. Some of my specials on cardstock and some okay.
That's what I thought. That's what I need.
Okay.
Then I'll be fabric.
I have 2 of these units.
Yeah. I only need to make 2 of those. The petal will be wet sauce.
Yeah.
The next month.
And I'm just going to cut them on the diagonals.
I like that better.
I am, of course, going to use the lines on the mat as opposed to going from actual corner to corner. As we discussed on Sunday, fabric lies. So I am using the mat lines to trust. Doing that little pinky trick.
Setting on here makes it really slow.
Yes. The slider bar there. Is that what I read?
I should have read the book. I'm sorry. I took care of your.
Take care of my sick daughter, which I very much appreciate.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know she felt better when she stayed up until midnight last night.
Ah. Nuts, sugar icing. It has 81 layers. Not 80 layers, 81 layers, and I have never had one until this moment. Here we go.
Okay, and I've got half square triangles. Yay, half square triangles. The only problem with these half square triangles is that they are heavily biased. So if you are going to do 4 packs, just remember to be careful when you are pressing. That was 8 half square triangles made just that quickly. Woo-hoo. That got dramatic quickly.
Oh my gosh.
What's the matter?
Me, that's what's the matter.
Okay, I'll let you be.
I said me, not P.
No, I said I'll let you be.
Oh.
Let you be.
I
You.
thought you said
I'll let you be.
I
You.
don't need to
She'll
pee.
let you pee. You can pee.
Okay, go ahead, Pete.
I don't need to pee. Stop it.
Hey, Lily.
Jeez.
Okay.
They're picking on me.
We're having fun now.
They're mean. They are big meanies over there.
Well, we have a lot of fun while we're doing it.
I mean, being mean's fun.
Do a lot of laughing.
Dude, you should have heard us in that back room of the quilt shop on Saturday.
That's pretty funny.
We had a blast in there.
We did.
You might get the wrong impression.
And we bought enough stuff from her.
We did. We definitely.
And we helped clean out her sale shop, the sale room.
Which is great.
Yeah, I bought all the ugly fish fabric. Oh, goodness.
Well, I was so intimidated by all the colors that I just bought a blue, what is it, batik that just has some stripes to it and just shades of blue.
Perfect.
And I cut it out and put it together. I got 11 big ones. And my husband goes, "Oh, I really like that." So I'm like, perfect. If my husband likes it, we're done.
Right.
Mission accomplished.
Yep.
Which way are you ironing?
Towards
The first one goes towards the square. I did the second one out. It doesn't actually specify, and it didn't want to lay the other way, so out it went.
You're holding history in your hands. Powerful stuff. Here, take that. Oh, this is crazy.
Ashley, with my podcast today, I found out what a murder hobo is, and I want to be a murder hobo now.
What's a murder hobo?
Murder hobo.
Apparently, it is a D&D term for people who just like go around murdering everybody instead of like.
That's not a fun type of person to play with, though. You don't.
No, that's exactly what they were talking about. That like murder hobos are terrible for the game. It's such a fun term, though. I want to be a murder hobo.
Are you going to be a genie murder hobo? Are you going to be a water genasi murder hobo?
I'm not gonna be a murder hobo because like even like they were talking about how this comes from people who play like games like Skyrim where you can absolutely be a murder hobo and it doesn't matter, it's totally fine. But like even in those games, I'm not a murder hobo. So like I'm definitely not gonna be one here.
Okay.
Because I don't know what I'm doing, but I just want to be one because the term is fun.
Yes. You could be a water hobo. It would be easy.
You could do the classic and be a bar that seduces everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's another thing is that Haley today was telling me that like there might be an issue with me being a warlock as opposed to a bard if I plan on also being like a monster effer because apparently I could not keep down that part of who I am.
Why not? Just be a monster, F monsters. That's what D&D is for
That's
sometimes.
the thing is that I was like, I feel like if anybody is going to do it, it is absolutely going to be a tiefling warlock.
Kyle, but a tiefling cleric. You would tell Alicia you're a tiefling cleric.
Should I?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Tell him.
You tell them.
No, you're gonna play. You can't be afraid to be cringe. Live your life already.
Mine's Lindsay Lohan themed.
What was that?
Mine is Lindsay Lohan themed.
You're what?
I support that.
It is. Hold on. Let me look at it.
I set him up with an account today so that he could set up his character.
Okay, here.
So my current graphic for Steven, my very female tiefling warlock, is Pinkie Pie, so it's okay.
Okay, it's Lola Jet.
I support that. What class?
What class? Lyric.
That's fair. I'm glad you did not like go with Bard because like Lindsay Lohan is rough.
Exactly.
But his deity is basically Lindsay Lohan.
Basically.
Chris, you are too far away. I could not hear you.
His deity is basically Lindsay Lohan.
I support that.
Yeah.
Again,
love
I went in with like no instructions whatsoever, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a tiefling warlock with a genie, and I'm gonna be named Steven, and it is what it is.
I also knew this too.
Yeah.
Alicia, did you know that Sarah named her character Steve Stardust?
I did not know that.
Lots of Steves in the room today, spiritually speaking.
Are we cutting?
And again, my character is obsessed with bagpipes. Like, it is what it is.
Preserving the 6.5-inch diameter, but trimming off the dog ears and making it straighten up. It should be 6.5 square. But make sure your points.
This one's yours, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh.
That's what my extra one was. Okay. I'm like, I guess I have to get another square. Okay, no, I don't.
Make sure you preserve your 1/4-inch seam. If you're going to trim it down, you want to make sure you have a 1/4-inch seam there.
Right here.
Yeah, this.
Oh my god! Also, in that podcast that I've been listening to, is how I learned the term murder hobo. The host got tongue tied today on the word inevitable, and like I had a dude where's my car flashback, and I was like, this is good. I wanted this moment back in my life. Inevitable. Oh no, that's not even Dude, Where's My Car? That is Team America. That is Kim Jong Il.
Yeah. This one's vintage. Oh my god.
What was the word in Dude, Where's My Car that he couldn't say?
Say again.
What was the word in Dude, Where's My Car that he couldn't say?
Oh, it's been a while.
All I can picture is dude.
What's
Right.
mine say? Sweet. What's mine say?
Dude. What's mine say?
Sweet.
I love that, and I've never seen this movie. I like this from y'all.
It's an interesting trip.
This is a fun energy.
It's probably a thing that like Creature has done that I've enjoyed the most. I'm not his biggest fan, so.
Yes.
Apparently, the word dude was said in Dude, Where's My Car 128 times. That's not what I was trying to find just now, but that was what I just found. I'll have to figure that out later. Stupid brain. Okay, so I've got all my HSTs, and I guess I'm gonna do the square and squares now. Square and squares are the 4 3/4 squares. Perfect. And these 3 7/8 inch squares. Perfect. 3 7/8 are divided.
Just bought these scissors and they're horrible. That's why they were on sale.
That's disappointing.
You need these?
That's
I
fine.
don't know where my little one
Yeah, most hella steroids. That's what I do. I would be like, Chris would never. This is like, I'm going to Kentucky.
So if you have not done the square and squares or the diamond and squares, remember that you do want to lay it out like this because you're going to have the dog ears that hang over a little bit. So you just want to make sure that you are actually getting them even before you stitch it. Those guys, just make sure that they're the same size. And then also remember that you can only stitch the two opposite sides with them before you open and press, and then at that point you can add the other two sides. You cannot stitch all four together or else it will not open.
Minor detail.
Ask me how I know this.
all been there.
I wonder what happened. Little tugboats or little trains. Sometimes it's just like it sounds like a little tugboat to me.
Mm-hmm. Or no,
No,
first one goes in, sorry.
but it should be okay, you're right.
The what?
I was just looking for my pieces. I set them down.
And I kept losing mine.
Go to 10 stitches tomorrow and get more of this.
Be the right side.
Cool.
No.
Liar. And I'm like, that's Independence Day. And it was. Apparently, I'm not a fan of that movie at all.
You're not?
It's smoking.
Oh.
Since I heard one line and I knew what movie it was.
I feel like I'm hitting that point where I need to service my machine again And like a part of me feels like it's too soon, but then a part of me remembers everything that I have done since the summer, and like, yeah, maybe it is time to take it apart again.
No, I've had
And the
mine
summer's
for,
a year ago.
I've
Yeah,
had mine
well,
for years and I've never done it.
Kind of depends on how often you use it.
have you done it yourself? Have you like fully taken your machine apart and put it back together after removing?
I did
The-
that to one.
Maybe 3/4 of the way, probably.
Okay, like you removed the dust rabbit that lives underneath.
I have done it.
Okay.
Machine. It's all machine. It's not your spouse.
I may even say that I do that more often than I change my blade.
That's
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like when you put things on, like it'll tell you what you should use. It tries to make weird things can break it. That thing is difficult to repair for a regular person. While a mechanical machine basically doesn't break.
To that end, like with the whole, like, I guess maybe it's like I'm not wanting to waste it.
It's like
I threaded my bobbin last night and ended up with maybe
there's a like air
a
machine
week of thread left on the spool.
right here.
It was like not even an eighth of an inch left on the spool when I got done.
Uh-huh.
And I was annoyed because I'm like, well, I can't do very much with that, but I could do hand stitch something. And Sean's like, don't
I've
you
got a whole
put that back in your box.
There's just love features.
Like when I could use it for something.
And you just did this, so I'm asking you, did you press the seats out, and was that the correct thing to do for these
Did I
squares?
what? I pressed the second set out, yes.
You press both sets out. So you
No,
press
I
both.
pressed the first set
I don't know if
in
you
and
can
the
see.
second set out.
So the first set went into the square, and the second set went out to the triangles.
Correct.
Oh,
Is that what she says in the picture? It is the opposite
He
in the
says
picture.
to press them in her instructions. Well, I guess she
Oh,
does
that's
say
nice.
press it out, but she said on the other part, she says press towards the square.
There we go. We found it.
Found it.
We found her why. It is.
It lays very flat when I press towards the square for the first set, and then I pressed out for the second set.
Yeah, it looks good.
I don't think it matters which way as long as you switch.
Got it. Oh yeah, yep, definitely. In the words, she says press toward the square, and in the picture, she shows press toward the. Yep. So, Chris's team, did you guys catch that?
Yeah, she's being a liar.
Yeah.
Her pants are still on fire.
We thought she got partial credit for this one.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oy vey.
I gotta trim them, but I've got 8 half square triangles.
Nice.
I mean, 3 a.m. is so long.
These up when we're done?
No, I moved on to the next one. I did all the half square triangles.
Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot how crazy the overhang is with these when you're doing the second round.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go get one of your squares if you don't mind. Or do you have any of your squares?
Oh, here now.
We'll get one if you don't mind.
If you can find them. I think they're all on the back wall.
Yes, I believe you are correct.
Oh, I knew that was going to be it. Yes. I think I just.
To
Rather.
look at here as well is where the race has
shot, 53% for Trump, DeSantis 26%. So where this was a little over 2 months ago in March, it was much closer between DeSantis and Trump. We know what has happened in the interim there, which is that Donald Trump and his allies have been hammering away at Ron DeSantis day after day, at the most significant threat, and wanting to get his numbers down before today's launch, and they did so successfully. So now DeSantis the bill from.
Did you hear where DeSantis asked Elon Musk to be his VP?
No, I didn't hear that. I did hear that he used Elon Musk to.
At least that's what Guy
Twitter.
told me, so I don't know.
No, I didn't hear that. It was
The
more
film magazine.
using him for.
The half square triangles are 3.5 unfinished, yes?
Yes.
I have needles that are like little pokes that are in the two parts at the end of them. So truly, have what you want. And it's black, which is nice. But like the little parts are. My pumpkin is purple too, but it's like pale purple. Yeah, a tomato. My tomato is pale purple.
Somebody else talking on this thing?
It's Ashley talking.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Because I keep hearing things about purple pumpkins.
It's me, all of them.
I'm the problem. It's me.
Ashley, because you're like behind the phone, we just hear you extremely softly. So it's like
Kind of garbled, but I got
random
purple pumpkin out.
back chatter about purple pumpkins.
I actually checked for a minute because I couldn't quite catch what was happening. I was like, is there a different video playing in the background? Oh. Like, oh no. I get it.
In his super PAC, never back down. They've only been up and running for a little while here, and they have raised $30 million already. $85 million DeSantis has stacked away in political committees that
No, I didn't hear
Oh my gosh, so I saw an article today about there's some place in Florida. I know where it is, and I just like has fallen out of my brain where it was, but they're putting a Publix across the street from another Publix.
What?
And like they were interviewing people who were like irritated with it. One person called it Doublix, and that amused me. But also, I feel like all of the people who are like, I don't understand why this is happening, has never heard Chris Rock say about the 2 malls in every town, and I feel like that's exactly what the Publixes are going to be.
Yeah.
The Publix where the white people go, and the Publix where the white people used to go, because that's what happens. But like, also, like, I absolutely used to work at a Publix that was a block away from a Publix. Like, it's a thing. That second Publix wasn't there when I was there, but they're, from what I hear, both going strong now.
Are you talking about the Greenwise Market?
The one at Woodlawn. You know, they put another one in 2 blocks from Woodlawn. But it's not a Greenwise. It's just, I think it's just a regular Publix.
Publix closed.
It did.
Yeah, but from next to 33 and stuff.
Oh, did I hear? Did Ashley just say that Woodlawn closed?
No. We were talking about the Greenwise one that was right next to 33. It was across the street.
Oh.
It closed.
I'm not surprised. That was a weird location. It would have made more sense to put the Greenwise one where they put that Publix 2 blocks away from the other Publix in East Cobb.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Is that your second one?
Yeah.
So now you'll want your 4 bigger squares, and I can go grab the white fabric if we need to cut you one new one. Which print did you need?
I messed up 2 of them.
Oh, okay, so that one.
And they said that the difference with this new one that's coming in Florida, across the street from another one, is that this new one is going to have a place where you can buy coffee or beer to drink while you are.
Okay, there's too much happening, Alicia. I have no idea what you said.
And then you'll sew them on.
Okay, that's okay.
There was just a lot of overlap.
You did that way. No. You're not going to cut these again. You'll cut 2 of the pink ones.
Okay. So these are the bigger
Yes.
squares?
No. Yeah, those are the same size as the bigger squares.
Okay, gotcha.
The other ones,
Alicia,
and the other 2 big ones,
Okay.
those will go.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Ashley has a request that you turn all of the block of the month
There.
broadcasts on your YouTube channel into a
Do
playlist.
the 1/4 seam.
I can do that, absolutely. I gotta remember how to do it, but I'll do it.
I'm sorry, not Alicia Steven.
So
What?
I said, I'm sorry, not Alicia Steven.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Stephen, will absolutely do that.
And I had the center
1/4
line,
inch,
and I did a
gotcha.
1/4 inch and a 1/4 inch,
That's
and then
your
when you
fine
cut it,
piece,
then
yes.
you get 2. But since those 2 are already cut, you'll just cut the other ones and just put the triangles together and sew it the old-fashioned way with the 1/4 inch.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
no harm, no foul. You don't even need anything new for
Okay.
those.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, not that you
So this I'm just sewing, but I have to draw the diagram.
Yes, draw the lines that you stay on it.
400.
Okay. And that's your top
Oh,
price.
yeah, you're fine.
Gonna be $200
Do what you
for,
want.
that's pretty.
You know I'm not.
About 200, 250.
It's nice that these are a little bit oversized. You don't have to do it this way, but I decided I like to because I always end up trimming them down anyways. I get one of the square ones with the 45 down the center.
All right, meet me over here at the counter, we'll get you paid.
And
Thank
they're
you.
supposed to be,
My asking price got slashed.
they're supposed to be
I'm glad
3
to
and a
cut
half.
deals.
So I go up a little bit beyond 3 and a half, but you just make sure that diagonal is right on your side.
Okay, so I've got my
This way.
Christmas squares.
And then I flip it over and I do the same thing, but now I make sure this edge is right on the 3 and a half. Keep this on the diagonal. And then here's edge will just go up. That's
Here's the visa, it's not gold visa, it's a gold denied visa. Here we go.
still on the line.
Oh, very nice.
Can you tell that was actually used in the movie?
I like it.
It's 3.5 by 3.5, but also my 45-degree angle is right at the points.
I couldn't understand why it was part of the back, but
So it's a little bit bigger than it needed to be, but it lets you trim it down to the size.
It's amazing. And the expiration date is.
It means
Should have
you
recorded that.
it means you have a little bit of wiggle room to have there's room for error is what it gives you.
All right, I am on to my no waste flying geese.
And now you're officially faster than me.
I mean, it's
Well, that's now it's helping us. We slowed her down.
I looked away. You finished the square and a square?
She's down at the floor.
Oh, yes.
She's down at the floor.
Square and square. There we go.
Make sure you have that match with 2 in that cup. I think that's one of her. Probably for.
All right, thanks a lot, I appreciate it.
Not doing the corner. Like, hold it to what's on the side.
All right, so Hope came in. She definitely wishes was made for the movie, and props like this, they always make great.
Ashley, I don't know if I said this before, but that flying geese strip that you did was absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. I actually have it with me. I haven't sewn it together yet.
Oh, was that just it laid out? It's very nice.
Thank you.
Seems like it'll be okay.
So we had to do all these little pieces. We made these bundles, and then we cut these like spacer pieces. And we put them together.
This is me on natural.
I don't know. Do you see how? But hopefully it will look good.
So that is not the right size.
Then
I cut this one just.
Yeah, I know. I've,
to get like different
I was so,
intensities of color.
I'll get hidden.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, these 3 are from this piece of fabric, and then these 4 are from another piece of fabric. Thank you. I love it a lot. I was like, oh yeah, this is great. I love this. I forgot.
That's where triangles.
I accidentally cut 2 of these squares.
So now you're gonna want for
3 7/8 by 4. And wow, that really showed up.
Hers is all tie-dye, but I did mine in like kind of soft pastels, and then I did one in like bold colors.
little diagonal down the middle and the 1/4 inch on each side.
Hers is a good one. It's cute. You know, if you put a couple hours in every day, yeah,
You'll probably do it last. Let's not
for like just the top, like just the flimsy, and then a couple months for quilting, depending on how you want to do that.
Or you can always quilt with your credit card.
Yeah, and someone else could do it.
And the other
That's not what we're here to encourage.
Not skill building. Yeah, this is good for skill
I
building.
can't afford to quilt with my credit card.
There's 4 different types of squares that all use different skills. So you learn different techniques for each step 4. And then this one was like one big technique.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Better than nothing, so I'll take it.
So that's the dark blue middle of that quilt that I did. And I took that picture so you could see all the little pieces I stitched together to make it. And then there's the white version, the white one. This one looks here downstairs.
Yeah. I like my wonder pieces are slowly coming together.
This is for unfolded. So that's
Very nice.
the position of the star. He did. Alicia made that whole quilt like living inside a camper van. Astonishing.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Last year's quilt in your camper van.
Oh yeah. I did do that entirely in a camper.
That
And
is
honestly,
so impressive.
I thought the quilting was going to be terrible, and it was not. I did base it in my parents' house. That I would have never been able to do in the camper, but everything else I did in the camper. I still got to figure out how I'm going to base that gigantic Bargello that I did, because that
he did like a black background.
like, my brain can't fathom that. It's like a king size.
That's big.
Yeah, so like it is currently living its best flimsy life.
This one block wonder is going to come out larger than like I think I originally thought it was going to.
Which one?
I used to just use like
The one block wonder for me.
Yeah.
Islands.
Because like not only do I have more squares than like you were doing, Alicia,
They're
my
bigger.
squares are also larger than your squares. and I'm doing the center panel.
Yeah, you're just gonna be big.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel some type of way about that.
I feel like that's absolutely something where at basing time you take it back to the quilt shop and enlist the old lady's helps.
No, like I have a problem like mentally wanting to like quilt with a credit card because like I bought this machine with the larger throat so I could more easily do the quilting.
Exactly. And this is also something where you really like you can go very basic with your quilting of it.
I think that is very likely.
Yeah.
Or pieces similar to that in a similar type of way. Okay. No, these were Dresden's. The thing that you were doing earlier, stitching, was the Dresden pieces. So what I'm doing is applique, where I'm doing interfacing. This is communication with the thickness, and then I twist my feet. Oh, whoops. So put it on the and now I'm making like wings. Yeah, that's a little piece that I cut out of here. That's why the piece of information, but this piece was inside the page and I cut it. And so then I traced it onto the back side of the piece of fabric because Chris read my instructions. And then stick it down. And then when I'm gonna, those pieces that I ironed, I might be putting nothing, I don't know, those pieces. These pieces are gonna get ironed onto that and then stitched down as you saw it do. So that it's a way to do like curves without like having to like fold under fabric. So you can sort of make more complicated curvy shapes using applique method with interfacing than you would be able to doing when you did like traditional quilting where curves can be really, really difficult.
So in my
starting to make
in my
yeah, all that one camouflage in my little code dance for all my parts. It's like, yeah, 2 camos, why not? I don't have a lot of brown, but I know brown is useful. Favorite parts, same quilt.
Pieces I'm doing a different quilt right now.
Oh yeah. Chris is doing 2 quilts because he's also doing a side project called Sunday Side Project. If you look in the channels, it's the Sunday Side Project. So it's one block of it.
I have decided that I like to call it for me personally, like I'm not anybody else, but for myself, with all the projects that I have called it ADHD quilting.
So what? ADHD quilting? Oh, multiple projects?
Oh, that's what this is. This is ADHD quilting.
And Chris, that other quilt that you were working on, the
box one.
The jewel box?
Yes. Is that in flimsy right now? Is that where that's at?
It is sandwiched.
It looks great.
Oh, it is, okay.
But I have not quilted it and it has been sandwiched for a while.
Chris and his mom both made those.
Hey, when you get to 30 years like I did, then
Then you can get the car.
You really should quilt that before you jump to that other one that you just got the pattern for.
We'll see how I feel.
So in my quilt Discord today, somebody was like, hey, does anybody have any good tutorials on FPP? My church wants I said it was something like their 125th anniversary or something like that. She was like, I was gonna make them a quilt with their logo, but like I feel like I need to do FPP to get it to look right. And like a couple people posted tutorials, like everything was going fine. And finally I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. If you want to do FPP, you can, but like if you want to be a cheating cheater like me, you could just like applique that bitch. and 4 people gave the this emoji to it.
What emoji?
This, the like arrow
Pointing up.
pointing up. The yeah.
Oh yeah, they're upping your comment, upvoting.
Like I am excited to get into foundation paper piecing, but like if you are doing a logo for something, especially if there are going to be any curves whatsoever involved in it, and you really want to get those curves to look right, just do applique. Just do applique.
What happened?
The bottom gets it'll catch an extra thread.
Oh,
Right, that what this fucking walking up.
so
Now cut them in half, and then. Be careful you put your around there.
Where you I can iron if you're.
So Ashley, for like this next coming Sunday side project, I think you should try to join us since you officially have the most experience with it.
what is it?
It's the flamingo. We're gonna do the foundation paper piecing.
Okay.
I scanned and sent Ann and Chris the pattern for it, and they're just going to use scrap fabric to make it. But that's what we're doing.
Okay. I actually looked at my flamingo for the first time since we made it, or the one that I made with my friend Jessica.
Yeah.
I looked at it for the first time since I made it all those weeks ago, and I was like, I'm not happy to see you.
We are not friends.
I'll become strong someday. Maybe it will be this Sunday side project. I will become strong.
Yes.
There's a lot of swearing. Sometimes it's only swears. I'm going to show you guys my progress for the night pretty soon.
Awesome. I know that we go through this every time, but for flying geese, which way do I press the first set? It is toward the square, is that correct? Or is it toward the triangle?
I don't even press the first set. Like once you get to that point, I just put you just do the next corner.
You don't press it at this point? Yeah, you gotta open it.
No, you don't.
Really?
You put the next quarter piece
You
on
just
that.
snap this on here like that? You just do that and you stick it, and it doesn't cause any like hiccups right there when you open it?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but oh wait, hang on here. Yeah. Oh, maybe you do. Well, then
Yeah,
it's a good thing that my thread just tangled up because that's where I'm at too.
Got it. Like I know you gotta open it. I just can't remember, and I can't trust her either.
Oh, that's why my thread always.
And I know that there's absolutely a right way, and if you do it the wrong way, it will get extremely grouchy with you.
I'm really glad that just gummed up.
It says it presses toward the big triangle, so I'm going to give that a whirl. I feel like that does sound right to me.
Yeah, it does. I was totally tra-la-lying along. Like literally my bobbin jammed because it ran out and I could not be more grateful.
I also just ran out and had that moment. And I did stitch a good 8 inches before I realized it.
Well, mine, it's funny. If I get down to the point where like you can start to see the plastic on the bobbin, it'll keep going in theory. But if you try and start with it that low, it will immediately ball up into a huge knot on your project.
Oh, got it. Chris, your machine has like a sensor thing, right?
It does.
How accurate is that?
Depends on the day.
I accept that.
You get a chance.
Okay, thank you. I'm here to show what I've done today. Not much, but I cut background squares, and then Chris figured out for me how to use my interfacing. It's the sticker type. So I made two stem, and I made some petals, and now it's like 9:30, so I'm gonna clean up because it's bedtime.
Square.
But I started using all the batiks that I ordered off the internet and some of the batiks I bought in person. Some are really cool, and I'm psyched about them. And I was like, oh yeah, all this fabric is cool, and I'm excited to use it. I forgot. That's my.
I like that a lot of them got like the jewel tones going on with it.
It's just the one that goes.
What'd you say?
A lot of them have like jewel tones going on, and I like that.
Yeah. I was looking for like brown purples and orange purples and like golden purples when I was looking online. So I found some like kind of muddy and interesting fabrics. So I'm starting with all the things that I want to be in shadow or to be like a leaf. And then I'll go from there. I'm going to need more interfacing. I have pretty much just enough for the 10 petals I've done, and that's it.
Why don't you just like steal a foot of Chris's?
Okay.
Where it's like an iron and then an iron, not like these stickers.
If you cut that off, then you perfectly.
You are talking about the heat and bond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a different brand heat and bond that works out a little differently.
Did I end up with too many squares? Oh no, never mind. Never mind, I'm dumb.
You're not done.
Put that on the other one.
Forward to touch a block in the sand that will mark the entrance to the air pocket above.
So just kind of follow the folds.
Well, I can grab another one. There's another one of the rulers, and you can do this. Same exact thing.
So we just need to make sure it's on that line and more than 3.5.
It's cute. I almost didn't order it. And I was like, yeah, I made it. It's my portfolio. Like, you know, the big stuff. So.
I say mine. I probably left it here.
Sammy's got one too, so if you find that yours is at home, you can okay.
Oh, I
You
right.
said it's 3.5, right?
3.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just use the second one. For the first one, you just want to make sure the center's on there. And then it's past the 3.5. Finish turning it up on the other side. You want to get this end square, so you turn those two off. Both of them. That's why I like using the squares, because you can turn them both off at the same time and track your 45.
I'm so nuts today.
And now this time,
rotating, now it's 3.5.
yes, now you want to make sure it's at the 3.5. But you also want to make sure that line is, yep, just like that, and then you know you're going to have your block just right.
At Boar's Head, our last flame chicken breast. The power of fire to unlock an intense new flavor. Boar's Head Fire Smith Flame Grilled Chicken Breast. Available at the deli, only for Boar's Head.
If you're good back, let me provide us. That's my go-to. That's my ride. You and me, bad boys. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
I don't know why. Kid makes me laugh. When I commercial. That's my favorite. How do you stick them in the front?
It's the first time I've seen it. I forget what commercials are.
Oh, you just watch Netflix? Or?
We don't have cable. We only do streaming.
Well, my streaming is so bad in my house because I have such poor internet. That...
I'm cheap, so all of my streaming services still have commercials in them.
Well, Hulu does, but
Yes.
it's rare that we watch Hulu.
Hulu and Paramount Plus both
And
have
I have Paramount
commercials.
Plus, but I canceled that one.
I get it free because I have Walmart Plus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the part where we press the first part of our Flying Geese 4-pack open. And you pressed it away from the triangle, the big piece?
I pressed it into the big triangle.
Oh, okay. No, it's gotta go up to the corner.
Is it this line that says 45?
No.
Okay, it's
It's this
this
corner. Yeah.
Okay.
The corner.
I know I was doing 45 because I kept hearing you say 45. And
Just the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, right on the corner. All right. To rethread my bobbin.
Listen to that bobbin. That is some good bobbin action there.
Sure, good, positive.
Also, listen to how good that ducking is on StreamYard. Good job, StreamYard.
Boom. I also remember back when it used to be like the earth shattering when my bobbin ran out, and I would always have like so many problems afterwards because I would never rethread it all right. And it was like if the bobbin ran out, my project was over.
The one thing I absolutely will never miss about my older machines is the front loading bobbin.
Yeah.
But that's like chuckle because it was such a big deal, and like I just did my bobbin and it was nothing. It was okay. Voila.
So I am going to call it a night once I get these guys done. Obviously, we don't need to discuss the assembly of this because it's going to be really easy. I just want to confirm that I am pressing the right way, and my thread just got messed up. So I'm actually gonna confirm it with this one. It was like a cursed moment that was going to happen. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and say that it's actually better to press it out into the smaller triangles, just so that it is open here instead of having like one flap closed and one flap open. If you press it toward the small triangles instead, they'll both be open.
There.
Yeah.
Like away.
Again, I know this is something that I feel like every single time we do geese, this gets messed up. But yeah, I feel like ultimately it's going to be a flatter laying project if they are both, if it's open toward the smaller triangles.
There.
Oh my gosh, what did I do here? What happened to you?
Are you gonna undo it,
baby? Okay, so on that note, I've got to do a little bit of sewing machine maintenance here. Oh, I see what happened. You know when like that the spool spins too fast and you end up with that excess thread and it gets like tangled up on the needle and then you end up with like an extra loop of thread down there. That's what happened. So that was everything we need to know for this. Of course, when you are actually assembling the final square, you'll want to, use your judgment on which way to press the seams so they have the least amount of bulk. I'm going to say probably in those, there's a couple of corners, the corners around the square and the square. Those you're probably going to want to spin those seams if you're good at spinning them. I know that some of you guys are a bit dicey on that and you should probably learn it, but I can't force you guys to do stuff. If you want to,
I don't know. We forced Ashley to go pick up her meds the other day, so
we did. So I think the problem, Chris, is that you're the one who refuses to spin your seams.
Don't point out like this.
I did spin my seams last year.
I spun them once.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you to just reconsider spinning your seams. And it's these, it's going to be these corners. When you're actually connecting at this part, it just looks like it's going to be really bulky in that picture because you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fabrics coming together there. So I would spin those if you're, willing to spin seams. But other than that, I think that is everything. Does anybody have questions, comments, concerns for this week?
I miss you guys. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to see you. Also, side note, I can't tell you how many seams I did spin the seam on that dinosaur with all those squares.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So much spinning of the seams.
But now you're a pro at it.
Like a champ.
Yes. I would have demoed it, but again, I got to do some sewing machine maintenance here. And I feel like this is just a good stopping point. Also, I'm trying to kill my seam ripper right now. But on that, I am going to close out the show and in broadcast now. Bye.